Now talking about this all new E-Class, first of all we need to talk about the design, because there's a lot of differences from the current outgoing model in Malaysia, which is the W213 E-Class. So I think that there's a lot of differences between this and the new version, okay, between this and the W213 to be exact. So first of all, let's talk about the front design of this car, which you can see in the screen. So for the front design, we can see that there's a bulging lights, because when I first time saw the leaked picture of this car, it was kind of bulges, okay, this whole part's bulges, and I know that this one came from the W210, which is the previous E-Class. So to be fair, that is the rounded light E-Class, so it uses a lot of inspiration from that, especially this bulging lights. And the lights has been now connected to the grills, unlike the C-Class and the S-Class. So there is also a black colored panel that you can see to make it seamless between the grill and the lights. So it's like a one panel design, and this uses the Central Purity design language, which came from the C-Class and the S-Class. Now for the grills, we have the diamond pinnings, which is very familiar for those Mercedes-Benz new owners, but there's another unique touch for this E-Class, which is the illuminated surrounding, just like your BMW's kidney grille, and now Mercedes-Benz has gone with it. So I think that it's a nice touch. The lower bumper section, this as an example here is the AMG line. So for the AMG line, there's more openings and there's more sporty elements. So I think that it is nicely matched, you know. And if you see the hood, there's the regular 3-star pointed on the grills and also on top of the hood, but not the standing one, because this is the AMG line. So I think this color template, okay, this color plate, for the template, it's really striking. At the first glance, you can see that the mixture of the color is really different, because in certain angle it looks like a blue. In certain angles, it looks like a light green. Sometimes it looks like a light blue. I think this color palette for this AMG line is fantastic. For the rims, we can see that the rims has been really changed a lot. Okay, so I think that I love this brown color, this black color rims. Sorry for the brown. It's because you see when you get a light color car, if you install with black color rims, it will really attract much attention, especially those rims that you can see in this example. I personally really love how they try to make a first glance really good, because especially when you're matching with those multi-spoke black rims, so it should be either 18 inches or 19 inches. Should be there. So for this flush door handles, now this one came from the EQ siblings of the E-Class, which is the EQE, and also the S-Class, okay, but the C-Class unfortunately don't have flush door handles. Why they did flush door handles? There's a question, right? Okay, first of all, the reason why they did this is because they want to reduce the drag coefficient. They want to bring an E-Class sedan to have a very less drag coefficient, which will be one of the most aerodynamic executive sedan around the world. If we compare against the S90 or a 5 Series for the matter, this car is the most biggest in terms of size, okay, because the dimension has been grown, but there's no any official numbers yet. But I think that if you see it in the pictures or in real life, you can see that obviously it has been grown a lot. And compared to the W213, it is more sharper, okay, especially those front end. And there's a mixture of design. What I mean by that is you can see some things that came from Mercedes-Benz family. Some things is very new, especially those bulgy lights, and they are digital light technology as well. So if you look at the side profile, which I bring you the exclusive model. Okay, so one thing you will notice that exactly is that the sloping roofline is brought more backwards. So if you see, this car is more slopy than the W213. So just now I talked about the drag coefficient, right? It's actually 0.23. The EQE is 0.22, which is a coupe-like sedan, and this is a regular sedan, So for achieving that numbers is already a huge statement for them to show that this is the most aerodynamic executive sedan vehicle. Now, when we talk about the rear lights of this car, a lot of things will come, but I think this is a controversial design. It's a totally different move forward from Mercedes-Benz. But for me, at least, I think that this lights is truly striking and menacing as well, because I think the star value added into this car is really good, especially those shapes. Then in the camouflage you can see that this shapes has been already rendered at that. But for me, I think in real life, I think it will take some time to make a good point of view for this E-Class. For this exclusive line, you could see that the lower bumper is slightly tweaked to be like a Maybach, but unfortunately this is not a Maybach. This is a regular executive line of Mercedes-Benz, or exclusive line, because this is the one that carries the 3-pointed star onto the hood. So E-Class means, as I told you, executive. So that's why it is very important to them have an executive. So we see this chrome bar is extended all the way to the width of the rear of the car. So it also connects with the rear LED tail lights. So is this rear LED tail light glow up like the EQE or the EQS, the long width tail lamps? No, it is not, because that is reserved for the EQ saloon of this car. So speaking of specifications, now we come to this, what is under the hood. Well, for the starter, the thing that is under the hood is actually both specs. Okay, I'll talk about US markets. So there's two specs for US markets, which is the E350 and the E450. So currently in Malaysia we only have E300, there's no E350. But for this spec, there is E350 and E450. But there is one good news for internal combustion engine fans or likables. The E450 now uses a 3-liter engine, unlike the C-Class lineup, which fully uses this 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged. But now there is still 2-liter turbocharged engine. The E350 engine is borrowed from the C300. So same outputs, 258 horsepower and 400 Nm of torque for the E350. And those exclusive line body kit, that car specifically is a plug-in hybrid. Yes. Okay. So the plug-in hybrid range for this exclusive line model here is 100 kilometers estimated. It's quite good numbers, because nowadays hybrid vehicles, their limit is only like 98 kilometers or 97 kilometers, but it is like 100 kilometers of range, so it's already good. And for the E450, it's a 3 liters inline 6 is newly designed engine, so the cylinder cap has been redesigned to improve the efficiency, especially those fuel consumption and those powertrain options. So for both of this car, they use the same transmission. It's the 9-speed 9G-tronic transmission, same as the C-Class and the S-Class. So in terms of power, in terms of outputs, there's nothing disappointed. Especially this is 2023, so this both E-Classes is very powerful for that matter. Okay, so good news for those who are really interested in electric E-Class. Yes, the electric E-Class is coming in 2024. We don't know yet what is the date and the day or the time. So I think that if that E-Class will come out in electric, you may ask a question that why there's EQE? Well, EQE is a direct sibling of this car, but E-Class electric should appeal more to old Mercedes customers, because they really love the E-Class, and especially this car here, it would attract a lot of old Mercedes-Benz customers and also new as well. So I think that the strategy of this E-Class is something different. So yeah, okay. Now let me go through with those exclusive line under bumper. Okay, well, first of all, what you can see here is this 3-pointed star on the hood. It really looks different, appeals different, and those exclusive line grills. Okay, this is maintained back in all the way to 1950s, or the brand has been created in 1884. Yes, this is a design that Mercedes classic customers love to see. So it's exclusive basically. Now the bulging lights here, there's no any graphics differentiation. If there's only the specification difference, I think there's some graphic differentiation. Now for the rims, you can see that multi-spoke as well, but the only differences from the E450 and the E350 is those chrome elements, because this is an exclusive line, so usage of chrome is high in this car. Okay, so for those low bumper, it is very simple. There's nothing to talk about. There's no any openings for air intake, unlike the E450. But nowadays cars, they really close up those intakes because of their intercharges and supercoolers that they have. So this car really makes the W213 looks really old. I don't know why. Maybe because my eyes to do this, but I think that this car, if you put part by part beside, I think this will look really good. So especially those striky shoulder lines that you can see in this video here, I really love it. Okay, and finally, those the outer section of this car is truly amazing. Is one word I can say about this is fantabulous. It's simply good looking and breathtaking. So if you compare it against an S90 or 5 Series, okay, I understand that the 5 Series is coming very soon, not longer than a year or a month or even a 5 months gap. I think the 5 Series will definitely debut and will definitely debut. I think that it's a tough competition for all executive saloons that they have nowadays. So I think that it's a quite good approach. So 5 Series and the S90 should be really scary, because the E-Class is coming, and not only that, most of us knows the history of the E-Class is like it's huge, especially this is the 10th generation of the model. So across this 10th generation, they are really improving and keeping their future taps into this car. Now, when you talk about E-Class, there should be definitely about technology. Well, technology is something that is about safety systems. So there's a bad news about the safety system of this car. Unfortunately, this car won't get the pilot full driving assistance systems. So what I mean that is a co-pilot driving system. So it's only reserved for the EQS and the S-Class, not for the E-Class. So there's also adaptive cruise control for this car, which is okay, but there's no any full autonomous driving system. So which means it's the car can fully operate, but still it's a good thing, because most of the old customers will really love to enjoy this. And for me at least, I think that if you opt for autonomous driving system, this car will be even more expensive, and it will be not affordable. So I think that it's better that Mercedes-Benz take this decision for them. So yes, and for the US market, they won't come out with a plug-in hybrid version. So it's either the full electric, because Mercedes-Benz said that they will come out with only petrol or full electrics for the US markets. But for our Malaysian market, yes, I think this variant would come out easily, and this is the interior of the car. So I think in terms of technology, the safety systems is good. Okay, now let's go to the most important part, which is the interior here. Okay, so if you look at its interior first glance, yes, you may say that wow, it's a combination of an EQE and an S-Class together. Yes, so this example here is a direct one. Okay, so this is the full spec E-Class, which means like if you go for an E350, the screen here, this screen here would be a different panel, just like your C-Class, S-Class. So that one is for the lower specs. You won't have a passenger screen, and this is not called as a hyper screen for that matter. This is called as super screen. Yes, what I mean by super is they have a passenger screen and also the popping out instrument panel, which you can see here. So this steering wheel here is using the exclusive line. So this example is the exclusive line E350, which will be the plug-in hybrid version. So for those AMG version, they will have a spoke steering wheel design, slightly more thicker. This one is exclusive line, which you can see it from the previous facelifted E-Class. So the steering wheel that they use here is the same thing as the facelifted W213 E-Class. And for the matter, you can now play video in this car. Yes, you can stream video, you can play Angry Bird, you can even stream TikTok in this. But for safety, they want to lower down the numbers of accidents. So that's why they want to pop it out in passenger screen. So passenger screen is used for that, but this is an option as well. So if you use the passenger screen, then you can stream the videos. So it's a good one. Okay, so you can even play Angry Bird, but the driver don't know what you will do because they focus on the attention of the road. And not only that, you have heads-up display, you have the navigation inside the instrument panel. This is an MBUX 3.0 system. So in terms of technology, there's nothing to talk about because everything is there. Everything that you need to use in this car, yes, there is that. Okay, for this instrument panel, for this control system, you will have the hazard lights, the dynamic select, and all of them. And obviously the lock buttons, if you come from W213 E-Class, this is a huge departure from that. It has been modernized, and this aircon vents also came from the EQE. Unfortunately, this one is only for E-Class. Deserved. Okay, so this seat controls is touch sensitive, and you also have Roadmaster 4D surround system. So a Tesla-like experience, you should get it. For music lovers, yes, this is the car for you, definitely. Okay, so in terms of space, the rear seats, all of them, you can expect it's a huge numbers. So you can already see that. And for those rear passengers, you have some blinds. Panoramic roof is optional, and thermotronic 4-zone adjustment is also standard in the E-Class. So I think the E-Class is in between. If you don't want too much space like an S-Class, if you don't want too little space like C-Class, then E-Class is the best for you. And thank you so much.